Aries, this is your weekly tarot card reading. I'm sliding on it from Born Without Boundaries. It is for Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs. Always check out your Sun, Moon, and Rising sign video because there are aspects of yourself that you need to know about. And if you want an even deeper reading, I always provide an extended message. I hope you guys can join me. I'll leave the link in the description box right below. If you have not yet, please remember to subscribe to the channel and ring that bell. Select all notifications so that you know when I upload your favorite content. Aries content comes out every single Thursday. If you're looking for even more content, I have a second channel on YouTube called Astrology Motivation. I'll attach the link right above here. That's where pick-a-cards are and daily tarot card readings and the weekly astrology forecast. Lots of good stuff over there. Hope you can enjoy that too. And if you want to join me live for a live chat, check me out on Instagram. You will find the link to my Instagram profile in the description box beneath this video and in the banner on the YouTube channel. You just press on the Instagram icon. Anyway, let's go. This has been a great week. I'm just saying, like, the readings for this week have been absolutely beautiful. Aries. What do you need to tell me, Aries? What do you need to say? What do you need to tell me? What do you need to say? Ooh, ouch. There was some sort of death or loss in your past. This is coming up in the past, or just treachery, betrayal, harsh words, or harsh criticisms. But I gotta say, this is usually some bad stuff. Some nasty. And it could be all your thoughts being displaced too. This is in the past, Aries, in the past. Two of Pentacles is here, which through things sort of like maybe just trying to restabilize after a tremendous loss. Also a sense of after a big disruption, there was just sort of you had a lot of financial obligations. You had a lot of stuff to take care of. And maybe it was one of these financial obligations that is still affecting you or impacting you right now. It could have been like, you had to drop out of college, but you still have to pay back your student loans. That kind of thing. It's not necessarily that thing, but it's like that. Why is that coming out? Why is anything about the past coming out now? Simply put, because it's something's coming back. Like, it's got to do with something right now. Then we have the Two of Chalices here, which is falling in love, getting together with somebody, connecting with somebody, maybe reconnecting, and then Eight of Wands, all of a sudden making things go fast, making things push through. So, I gotta say, looking at this, it's just like, you've come a long way. Like, there's just been a lot of changes for the better over the past year, couple of years, etc., etc. It could have even been the quarantine in some ways, where there was a lot of fear, a lot of sadness, a lot of loss that kind of destabilized us financially as well. Could have had something to do with that, right? Over here now we're having like breakthroughs. We're having movement. Things are starting to happen rapidly, happen quickly. And the Two of Cups means that there is some sense of romance happening quickly as well. This is not a romance reading, but Two of Cups definitely means at least getting together, for finding partnership. And maybe through partnership, things starting to accelerate or opportunities starting to come because you're finding the right people, Aries. I have the Six of Swords here. What are you moving on from? Oh, okay. I love this. Okay, so the Six of Swords is moving on. Finding the strength or being able to move on from sadness or thoughts that are ripping you up. Sometimes even mental illness. So ultimately, it's these good things that are starting to come into your life that are helping you to let go of the striking and impactful sadness that you had experienced in the not so distant future. Interesting. We have the Three of Pentacles right now. Currently, somebody is acknowledging, it's taken a while, but somebody is starting to acknowledge the fact that you've grown, the fact that you've changed. The fact of like somebody starting to acknowledge your hard work. And I think that you've been waiting for this for a very long time. This could represent like the cocoon phase, that sense of you're still there, something's brewing, something is growing, but you're really excited about it. The work, you really believe in it, or somebody's really believing in it, like they really believe in you, like good work, what job well done. Three of Pentacles is the acknowledgement of your craft and your mastery. King of Wands, there you go, Aries. That's you. Could be Leo, could be Sagittarius. An energy that basically says, you've made it. If I had to look at these cards, that's what I would say. You've made it. You've done something, and probably creative, you know, probably taking the bull by the horns and just fucking creating something. Very creative process, creative prowess. This could also be very sexual energy, a lot of sexual attraction. You could have found somebody that you want to stick with, right? And ultimately this connection, or the things that you're doing now, I'll put it like this, that whatever's happening now is directly related to real disappointments and letdowns in the past. And you're seeing the connection. So not only is this a time of a lot of gratitude for you, but it's a time of a great deal of happiness, because you've been very successful at pulling through a specific situation. And it's almost like you really feel like you failed in the past. Like this was a sense of I really fucked some shit up, right? I didn't do it right, and I wanted a second chance. This is almost like your second chance. It's not in the same place or with the same people, but it is your second chance. It is your ability to do things the right way. The right way. Happy birthday, Michelle Sanigate. What does the right way mean? The right way defined by you, the way that you always wanted to do things. It feels right now. You can feel the change this time around. It feels different. And the difference is the balance. The difference is the peace. The difference is the happiness. The difference is the harmony. This is the right way, the quote unquote, the right way. Okay. And then we have Nine of Pentacles. There's money or finances or abundance coming into you that was owed to you. And then we have the Nine of Wands. Nine of Wands is guarding something, protecting something, defending something. Maybe it's coming at just the right time, because you're going to need it. 9-9 means there's something coming to a close. There's something maybe of value to you, or maybe even your singlehood, if you're single, that you're kind of like, well, let's put it this way. You know how hard you've worked for something. So you're not going to just throw it away or give it away easily. This time around, there's a more mature way of handling even the good stuff, which is not losing yourself in it. Right? And not letting it overwhelm you or take you away on its wave. No, it's almost like you're a lot more chill about this. Even though it's making you a lot happier, you're a lot more chill about something. 8 of Pentacles, and I think it's because you feel like so much more in control of something. And then we have the 8 of Pentacles, which is work. This implies that you've been working very hard on something. Maybe you've worked very hard to get to this place, and this work is paying off. What's confusing me is the 9 of Wands. What I know about 9-9 is it's a number that indicates there's a completion that's coming. You just almost in some ways don't want to think about it. I don't want to jinx this. Okay, and that's fine. It's not going to stop it from coming. And then we have the King of Swords, which is a counselor, a guide, could even a counselor, a judge, a lawyer, somebody who you do trust because he's upright and he gives good advice. He's a truthful person. He's fair. He's decent. He's objective. And then we have the 9 of Chalices. Now we have 999. And 999 is a number that says there's something that's completed here. Excuse me. There's something that's been completed or about to be finished. And you're going to like the decision that somebody makes. It's going to make you very happy. So what is this decision, Aries? And with the King of Swords, it's probably a legal decision. Maybe has to do with the law. I don't know. That could be. You're just going to like the decision that's made. Oh, that's weird. Let me get a little... I always line my cards up a specific way, and they're not aligned that way today. It's okay. Aries, time for a nap. Time for somebody to finally rest. Because things are going to go easily from this point on. This is the tide turning, Aries. Things are going to go easily from this point on. And then we have by the book right here. Which means that things are pretty status quo. It's almost like the hardest work is over. From this point on, it's just gonna go as expected. Things are gonna go as expected. Time for a nap could actually mean that you can finally, like, hands off, take a break, relax for a little bit. Because from this point on, but it's not just that you don't have to worry because you've been working hard. You finished this cycle that you've been working hard to get out of. And you finish this sense of worry and frustration. It's almost like your heat. There's a heat that lives in all Aries because you're run by Mars. It's almost like your heat isn't burning so hot anymore. And that's not a bad thing. That's a good thing. Because everything is so manageable now. You're just feeling like you can manage things now. This is a sense of hard work, a rest after a long time of hard work. But it's not just like a vacation. It's that you've put the work in, right? The catalyst of any chemical reaction takes the most energy. And so that's what I'm saying. You've already catalyzed. Something catalyzed you a while ago. And it inspired you to work your ass off. Right? And now you've gotten to a point where you don't have to work your ass off anymore because what you were working your ass off for was to build the foundation and to get all the cogs and whistles and nuts and bolts together. Now it's as simple as I'm going to turn it on and it's going to run. This is a well-oiled machine at this point. This is your life. This is your career. This is your schoolwork. Whatever you're working on, you can sit back now and take a break and be more of like that monitoring things. You like what you see. You like how things are working out, right? You can like sit back and be more strategic now, as opposed to having to do the really hard work anymore. I'll take these. That stuff is done. It's good. It's behind you. Oh, wow. Ooh, foundation and achievement. There's some sort of divorce way in your past. Some sort of divorce or a family breakup, a divorce of your parents, something breaking apart that really rocked the foundation of what you thought or called home or stability or your happiness. Yeah. And then we have maybe abuse or intolerance that sort of destabilized you and kept you like working really hard but not really going anywhere. All of this is coming up in the past, and now we have new beginnings. So this is your sign. If you were looking for a sign, Aries, this is it. This is the sign that honestly you're back to ground zero. This is a clean slate. It's not just, you're over it. It's almost like it's done. It's so complete, it never existed. This is that blank page and a new start. And I think you're starting maybe a lot of different aspects of your life. But you're definitely at this point granted a new beginning. Now, what is just beginning? Good question. Let's see. New beginning in what? New beginning in what? The golden path within. Your heart's desire that was clouded and conflicted. So you didn't really maybe know what you wanted. You thought you knew what you wanted. You thought you knew it was important to you. But ultimately, the pursuit of that wasn't comforting to you. The pursuit of that wasn't creating happiness for you. And I think that that's what was the conflict. It was like you really thought you were following your heart, but reality was if you're following your heart, you're not going to feel unfulfilled. You're not going to feel unhappy. So there was a sense here of taking time for yourself to clear your head and really just get back to who you are sincerely and completely, right? The loss of the ego, the separation of everything that everybody expected of you, or it's like throw it all away, done. It's just such a prison for me. I don't want to be there anymore. So maybe you took a long hiatus, maybe you took a year off work, maybe you or maybe you changed the kind of work that you do completely because you're like, this shit's just not me. Something here was a sense of reassigning your heart space, maybe even inner conflict. So inner conflict is about how we sever parts of ourselves from ourself because we throw some qualities of ourself away, say, oh, I have to put these away, I have to hide these, nobody will ever be able to accept this of me. That's not true, but that's what we tell ourselves. So we start to piecemeal ourselves. And that's why we have this turmoil and we have this constant frustration and sadness inside of us. So this journey that you took, whatever journey it was, whether it was literal or metaphorical, this journey that you took was to find those parts of yourself that you discarded out of shame, out of disappointment, out of fear, whatever it was, to build back your whole self again. And it's changed the world for you. I don't think you'll ever see things the same way again. Let's put it that way. So what is this new start, though? Could have something to do with a romantic cycle. Here we have, coming in the future, the end of a tough cycle approaches. Full moon in Capricorn. The full moon in Capricorn season is the Cancerian full moon. So, now, but this says Capricorn. You know what? We're going to get a Capricorn full moon in Sagittarius. So watch for that. We have the new moon coming up on the 4th, which would make the full moon in Capricorn around the 20th. That would be, the 18th, something like that. 2 weeks later, more toward the Christmas season. So the end of a tough cycle approaches the ability to really let go of all the burdens that were placed on you. Really the closing or ending of an era, however long it's lasted for you. 50 years, 5 years, it's just wrapping it all up. And you don't have to struggle that much anymore. There's definitely relief coming here. I want to know how that relief is coming. How is that relief coming to Aries? I think you're giving up responsibility. You're tired of running things, or you're tired of having to always be out ahead of something. You're kind of sick of it. You're kind of sick of it. Or this could be, I don't understand that. Really. Can you please clarify for me, Spirit? Aries. Aries. What is this? Why is all this coming out? Okay, so The confrontation of bad behaviors of your own, the confrontation of your own fears, the confrontation of whatever is, you know, all those fears and those bad behaviors that you have, confronting them, owning them. Maybe even starting a new relationship where you have to confront them, right? You're kind of forced to face your fears in that relationship, but this is a more equal partnership where you can stay for a while. There's something about partnership here that is really the key to helping you move on from selfish people. Somebody who is selfish and does nothing but take. I think it bears, maybe it's not even just somebody else outside of you, maybe it's you, whoever you felt you had to be, whatever parts of yourself you felt like you had to be hard-hearted about. This is that sense of realizing that it was hurting you, or somebody was realizing that it was harming you. Maybe it's somebody's realizing they're harming you, and now they're finally trying to make up for it. Okay, let's go into the extended. I hope you guys can join me. Please remember to like this video and share it on your social media platforms. I hope you come along and continue the message with me. The link is right below. I'll see you in the video.